Hello everyone, it's Sophie here from SaveDex, here to bring you my top 10 Nintendo Switch games of 2021. You may have noticed this is part 2. Part 1 is already up on the channel and that video involves Dave's top 10 games, so make sure you check that one out as well. We have each got our own list with no games being included on both, so if one of your favourites isn't on my list then maybe it's on Dave's. Before we get started, let's take a look at the rules. Firstly, remember these are my personal choices, it's not an official list or anything, and they are rated on how much fun I've had with them. Secondly, this is based on games that released on the Switch in 2021. Some may have released elsewhere on other platforms in previous years, but as long as the Switch release was in 2021, that counts. And thirdly, I don't want to spoil my list in the intro, so the games you have been looking at so far are indeed my honourable mentions. Number 10, Luna's Fishing Garden. Let's start by setting the tone for the types of game I like. Luna's Fishing Garden is a relaxing game which features both fishing and garden designing. Clue was in the title really. It's got a really pretty aesthetic, interesting and likeable characters and collectibles that give you a sense of progression as you unlock new islands with different ways to traverse the world. To find out more, check the review out on our channel. Number 9, Pokemon Shining Pearl. This was a remake of a DS game from way back when, and I know people have been lamenting the fact that they played it too safe and it was too similar to the original, but I never played the original, so all I'm seeing is a fun Pokemon adventure. Dave has been enjoying it too, and it's his footage you're seeing now. I chose my trusty Chimchar and named him Montgomery, of course. Dave has a Piplup and named him, well, Piplup for some reason. I think the chibi art style is really sweet and I'm enjoying exploring this world, and the drive to catch them all has been awakened. Number 8, Papa's Quiz. Papa's Quiz is a game we were given to review ages ago, and it seems like a simple quiz game to pass a bit of time. Well, Dave and I have ended up playing a round or two of this most evenings. This is a very bonkers style with goofy characters you can create and set a number of first and second names for the game to read out.
Mrs. Nut.
There are 5 rounds, a basic trivia round, a picture reveal, one where you can steal points, one where you press the button when the correct picture appears, and the final round being the best, where you have a tower, and the more points you have, the higher your tower. You then answer general knowledge questions to stop your tower from shrinking, and it's basically last player standing. You can play this with up to 8 players using your phone as a controller, no app or sign-in needed, just go on the website and enter the 5-letter code for that game. The aesthetic of this game really makes it entertaining, picking a dance to do between rounds, the crazy voice acting, and I swear it looks like all these people have been brought here against their will. It sells very cheap and there are thousands of questions included. It's a very weird quiz game, but a very entertaining one, and we still continue to play it regularly. Number 7, Super Animal Royale. Super Animal Royale is a free-to-play battle royale game. Sounds kinda generic, but it's a lot of fun and is simple enough to pick up and play. You have a selection of animals to play as, with more unlockable as you progress. Just jump out of the sky and land on the island. Last one standing wins, as you'd expect. There are several ways to play this, with solo, duo and squads, as well as some special events, and I've had a lot of fun playing this online with Dave and my little brother Marcus, who reviewed the game with us earlier in this year. The top-down views let you see a wide area around you, but enemies are invisible if they are not in your character's line of sight, which make things a little bit tense. It's free to play, so it's always worth checking these games out, and it's one that we continue to dip in and out of. Number 6, TOEM. TOEM is a monochrome adventure snap-a-thon where your character sets off on the journey to see TOEM. And without spoiling it, it's a beautiful phenomenon. This game really deserves a place on my list, mainly because it came at a tough time for me and it really helped me through it. I absolutely enjoyed collecting and discovering different elements in this game, and I would recommend it to anyone who needs to escape. Number 5, ALBA, a wildlife adventure. From one photography game to another, ALBA, a wildlife adventure is a delightful wildlife chillact-a-thon where you explore the island where your grandparents live, documenting the wildlife, cleaning up the environment and collecting signatures from locals protesting against a luxury hotel being built on a nature reserve. I admired this game not just for the message but also how warm and inviting this world was, and really helped you to appreciate the sense of childlike wonder that comes with exploring. Number 4, Cozy Grove. This game is cozy and grovey. What more could you want? This is an Animal Crossing-like real-time game about a spirit scout who goes to an island with bear spirits and helps them find their memories and do other tasks for them. I like the art style and customization, the kooky characters, and the additional updates that have been introduced since the game released. This really helps me keep revisiting the game. Number 3, Chicory. This was a very recent release on the Switch, and over the first weekend I sank 9.5 hours into it and instantly stuck it at number 3. Sorry Tokyo Olympics, you're in the honourable mentions now. The colour has been drained from Picnic Province and you set off with the Wielder's paintbrush, given to you by Chicory, the current wielder, to restore colour to the world and defeat the corruption. The story in Chicory really stood out to me as well as the world design. Filling out the map was very addictive, I do love a good map. And the brush itself can be used to interact with things, which adds a puzzle element to the game. And when I discovered there were 3 ways of using the paintbrush, stick, pointer or touchscreen, this really did make me feel incredulous. The music is also a highlight as it is produced by the same person as Celeste, and in the short time I've known it, it has fast become one of my favourite games of the year. The music keeps getting stuck in my head and I already want to dive back into this. Number 2, Rogue Heroes Ruins of TASOS. I first played this game when we downloaded the demo before it came out and it really did hook me in. This is a top-down, Link to the Past style adventure game, but the dungeons are randomly generated, giving you a roguelite experience. When a roguelite is done right, they can be very addictive, and this is one of those. And being a Zelda fan also helps. Outside of the dungeons you can help the villagers and design the town, something I really love in a game, and you still have the puzzle elements to gain access to other parts of the world and reach new dungeons. Though you will see rooms in dungeons reappear, it's still a mystery as to which ones you'll see, and you can unlock shortcuts to the upper levels when you reach them. And it really helps you give that sense of progression. If you like Zelda and roguelites, then this is a perfect game for you. Number 1, Littlewood. This is the perfect Sophie game. After saving the world, you are rebuilding the new town. This game combines elements of farming and town building, both things that I love in a game. As well as this, you get to craft, fish, mine, woodcut, relationship build, and so much more. Different areas you can visit via hot air balloon, and one mechanic I really liked is that your stamina meter dictates when your day ends. The music is very relaxing and I found myself getting lost in this world. I honestly couldn't have put another game on the top of my list. So those are my favourite games of 2021. Was there any that you preferred? Please let me know down in the comments, and whilst you're down there, Dave's list is in the top pink comment. Go and check that out. Thank you very much for watching and I'll see you in the next one.